All right, Virgo, welcome to your weekly horoscope for April 13th through the 19th. My name is Athen. So, a very interesting week. We've got the third quarter phase going towards the new moon energy here on Saturday, which is in Aries. So, interesting because we're coming out of a lot of this deep spiritual stuff, this Piscean energy, which has been very transformative over the past month in particular. And so now all of the fast-moving planets, well, the last two rather, the Sun and Mercury will be going into, or will be in that Aries energy, joining up with Mars, who's been in that 8th house. So a lot of this activity in Aries now, coming out of that Pisces. And so for you, this is your 8th house. This is about transformation. It's about depth. It's about connecting to things on a deeper level. I think a lot of you have had a lot of transformation involving and freedom involving relationships. So now it's about a transition of seeing what relationships are about on a deeper level. And this can be with yourself, it can be with an intimate lover, it can be with your friends, your family, any type of relationships, but getting in touch with the deeper elements of life. And if it's not relationships, it can be all types of areas of life. It's just seeing the truth, seeing past the veils, and this is of course with yourself. And you know, is where it starts, is with yourself, and then naturally it translates into a much deeper experience and enjoyable experience with the other areas of your life. So that is the energy here for the next 30 days, with the sun transitioning into there, and that's where the new moon is going to be taking place in that 8th house. So let's go ahead and talk about it. One thing I want to say too is that this week we are entering it into the third quarter phase on Monday, and then ending it with the new moon energy. So the energies are dying down this week. They're going into more of a reflective inner sort of nature, even though there's a lot of ambition. So there's this interesting balancing act between drive, ambition, and then having, you know, like things are kind of also, we're also reflecting on things and making sure that we are taking things slowly. So I'll talk about that, but the energies are lower. So if you are taking action, if you are moving forward, just make sure that you are being adaptive, make sure you're making changes, be willing to make changes, and treat it more as a learning experience more than anything. And maybe even doing some like intentions and writing things down and planning, I think would be the best utilization of this week. But early in the week on Monday, we're in the third quarter phase, which means we're still very active with the previous lunar cycle, and Mars is going to be sextiling up to Neptune here from that 8th house. So Monday, I think there is an opportunity here to follow your visions or your ideals involving 6th house related things. If you've been thinking about, not really thinking, but if you've been feeling and tapping into your intuition about things relating to your health, your diet, your regiment, any type of developing of crafts, your work environment, self-improvement, helping others improve, any or all of these 6th house related things, there's an opportunity here on Monday to put energy into that, put energy into those 6th house matters. So it can be a fantastic day for that. It's an opportunity. You can choose or choose not to do it, but I think you'll find it very powerful with Mars aspecting it from the 8th house. Now on Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got the sun transitioning into the 8th, so this is an illumination. This is seeing things on that deep level, wanting to again express the truth. So that's a very good passionate energy there when it comes to the deeper elements of things for the next 30 days, which is really fantastic. Tuesday and Wednesday also, we have Venus opposing up to Saturn. Okay, so there is again this balancing act. Now here, it's involving your 9th house where you've had Venus transiting. So hopefully you've been enjoying your expansion, your astrology, your philosophy, anything that opens you up spiritually or physically through travel or mentally through philosophy. And that's been Venus transiting that 9th house since last week. So continue to enjoy a lot of this adventurous and philosophical side of life, but make sure here on Tuesday and Wednesday you're keeping it nice and balanced with the more serious stuff that you've been involved with, involving your communication, involving writing, teaching, and more of the practical elements of a lot of this philosophical or broader based stuff. And if you can find that harmony and balance between those two areas of your life on Tuesday and Wednesday, then you'll be getting the most out of it, because the opposition energy, we can find that medium point and we can work with both of them if we can find the way they come together. And the 9th and 3rd house, they're both about wisdom, they're both about learning, both about teaching, but here it's more of the right brain, incorporating the right brain, which is the 9th house, with the left brain, which is the 3rd house, making our philosophy and spiritual things very practical and very real. So that'll be a very good energy to work with, right, down the middle, keeping it balanced. Now, Thursday through Sunday of this week, we have Mars squaring up to Jupiter, which is a very important transit here. And so this has to do with the moderation. And this is the energy I'm getting too, because on Saturday we have the new moon, and like I was saying, this is a subtle time. So if you're very passionate, if you're very optimistic about some things this week, that's fantastic, especially from Thursday, Sunday. Maybe relating to, Jupiter's been your 11th, so maybe it's relating to your friends, your groups, your humanitarian things, collective things, anything that is about your enjoyment in your work, finances from your work, money from your work. All of this you're going to start to see more opportunities with, because Jupiter recently went station direct here last week. So maybe you are seeing those opportunities now coming in again through that 11th house. So you're feeling very good about it, and that's fantastic. Just make sure you're acting and taking action in moderation. Mars squaring up to Jupiter just indicates that it's more of a time of, like I was saying, taking it slow, putting energy into things, but be willing to adapt and make changes, especially with that new moon on Saturday. So that Saturday energy, Saturday, that weekend comes around, really reflect on the deeper elements of life, what life is truly about, what the truth is with yourself, with your relationships, with other elements of your life, with the whole world, and you'll be getting the most out of it, because new moons in the 8th house are very transformative, they're very deep, and we learn a lot about ourselves during that process. Now on Sunday, we have a lot of aspects: Venus squaring Neptune, Mercury sextiling Neptune, your ruler, and then Venus trining up to the North Node. So let's focus on your ruler. Mercury sextiling Neptune, actually, Saturday and Sunday can be a very good day for you to follow, again, more of these dreams and things, or visions, which have been coming through the 6th house of health, work, and daily activities. So that would be a good weekend to do that. Just make sure that you're keeping it, again, balanced. That's a highlight there with Venus squaring up to Neptune, and especially relating to the philosophy and these larger picture things. And remember that Venus trining up to your North Node is that you are supported here all year to move towards your goals, your ambitions, your drives. You have the North Node transiting your 1st house, which is supporting you this weekend in terms of these things. So anything involving your goals, I know there's been a lot of activity with the 7th house in relationships, but the energy is helping channel it into a time for you this year of focusing on those goals and ambitions. You may not feel it very personally, maybe you did during the last lunar eclipse, but it's not a personal planet, it's just an avenue, it's a direction you can move in, and you're supported when you do. So this could be a good weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to do just that. All right, Virgo, have a fantastic week. Please let me know if you have any questions. Get in touch if you'd like a personal reading, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care.